Hi everyone, my name is Marielle. I am a retinoblastoma survivor or an eye cancer survivor. And today's video is going to be about my mom sharing her story as a parent of a cancer patient slash survivor.
There is a Tagalog and English version of this interview, and if you would watch both, you would notice that the answers are a bit different when it comes to questions about giving advice. But that's how you know that every answer is not scripted and comes from my mom's heart.
So, hi mom, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Joy Nang, and I am a mom of a cancer survivor. The cancer was called retinoblastoma.
Can you tell us about the time when and how did you find out that I had cancer?
It was one of those. It was one night when you were about 2 years old, and I needed to put you on the toilet bowl because you wanted to pee, and when you were at the toilet bowl, I noticed that there was a mass behind your right eye, but it was not really it was only visible when you look sideways. So when you were looking straight at me, it's not visible. I couldn't see it clearly, but since nga you were moving your eyes left and then right, I could see the mass, and it was under the toilet, the light in the water closet. So then I noticed it. So then after that, I brought you to your pediatrician, and the pediatrician referred us to an ophthalmologist. And it was the ophthalmologist that told me that the possibility that it is retinoblastoma, but that they needed to make tests in order to confirm it. So that's how we found out. Yeah, you were 2 years old. Yeah.
So, can I ask Ma or do you remember how it felt when you found out that I had cancer?
I could never forget that afternoon. When the doctor pulled me into, this time the ophthalmologist pulled me into a small conference room, and I think there were some tests, that she has already done prior to the MRI, some form of an examination already. And then she told me that of the possibility that it is cancer and that it is life-threatening. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my ears, and I distinctly told her that you've got to be kidding. You can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. She is my first child. She's my only child. So it was that. And then after that, I just broke down in tears. I cried and cried and cried and cried, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Ma, people who are parents say that whatever the child feels, the parent
feels it 10 times worse. So, for people who are not parents, can you please describe this feeling and how it's so much worse when you find out your child has cancer?
It was very painful, and the feeling of it's like receiving a death sentence. We didn't know whether you were going to live or die, or how far the cancer has spread, or is it contained. So there are many questions. I was 31 years old when I learned about these things, no? And it is something that I can't believe at that age that it could happen to me. As a very young mom, I was a young mom, and to say that it is painful doesn't really capture the entire picture. It was a combination of anxiety, disbelief, confusion, because what's retinoblastoma? What is that? Why is there a possibility that my child will be blind? Why is it suddenly a choice between my child's life or her eyesight? So yung mga ganon. Yeah.
Can you walk us through the process, Ma, you had to go through leading up to the eye cancer surgery?
So, the preliminaries were done. So, they scheduled for an MRI, and then we went to 2 more eye doctors, no, for second, third opinion. We consulted also a doctor in the US, sent your tests, your records there, and everybody naman confirmed that the surgery is needed. And after that, we made a firm decision right after all of these consultations that the best decision is really to take the eye out. So we already have a surgeon, and the procedure was done in St. Luke's, Quezon City. So there were some preparations to make sure that you are well. No coughing, no colds, kasi we cannot delay the operation anymore. So I distinctly remember that the schedule of the operation was, I think it was on a Thursday. So the wait really, while waiting, the days leading up to the operation, I was really very, very worried and under so much stress and anxiety. Yeah.
Can you tell us, Ma, what were the unhealthy and healthy ways you would cope with this situation, and what is your message to parents who feel bad about coping with the situation through unhealthy ways?
Let's begin with the unhealthy ways, no? So I would drink in order to numb myself so I could sleep. I wasn't drinking in front of any family member, no? Least of all you. So after putting you to bed, I remember I would just go down and drink para lang to relax me so I could sleep. Yeah. And of course, I turned to prayer. Also, I talked to my friends. I shared what I'm going through because it really helped me a lot to have friends and family members by my side, to know that I am not alone. Of course, Dad and I were so much together in this. But Dad had to go to work every day. The schedule was still the same. No? It was still punishing. At least he had a diversion. I was with you. I didn't want to leave you with anybody. I had to make sure that you're well. You're not getting you're not catching anything else. Yeah. So the advice is to turn to prayer. Turn to prayer, because this is not punishment. I thought that it was. I blamed myself. I could have taken better care of myself, better care of you. A lot of all these negative thoughts and self-blame in order to find answers. But wala naman eh. There are no answers eh. Back in the day, that was year 2002, I mean, I didn't know of anyone who's in the same situation as me. I didn't know anybody. So I only had the doctors, and then my closest friends.
Reflecting back to 2002, Ma, what are some of the things about the medical system in the Philippines you wished were better?
Looking back, during that time, I felt that, then as now, I felt that I was well taken care of. Beginning with the very, very competent doctors, from the pediatrician who referred me to the ophthalmologist, who referred me to surgeons. I couldn't ask for more. They were very competent at what they do, very caring. I was fortunate to have very caring doctors. Yeah. So, ayun lang. Maybe what is this? That the doctors continue to have to empathize, and sana there are support groups um, that are out there. So siguro parang Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, no? But yeah, maybe especially cancer sa mga bata, sa mga toddlers, because you were a toddler. It was very difficult. I mean, how could you suffer this much when you're hardly even talking, when you just started running? Paano nangyari yun? Yung mga ganon, no? Maybe siguro ngayon, yung mental health support, ang hirap nun eh. Because after your operation, I wish I had taken a picture of that, no? You had an eye patch here. So that you will know in your young mind and in your young heart how much mama empathizes, understands, and loves you very much. I also had an eye patch here. Ako rin. I had eye patch. So that when you look at me, when you look in the mirror, you will not be afraid because you know that your mom has an eye patch too. So, there. And I remember everyone else was just so warm and sympathetic and na-understand nila. Except this one doctor I could not forget when she examined your eye and she wanted you to remove your eye patch already, and just like that, no, naka-expose. And I said, wag muna. And parang she told me na, alam mo, dapat masanay ka na eh. Not to be in denial. I don't know where she was coming from. I don't know if she's a mom. But that didn't sound empathic at all. Yeah. And that was almost siguro a few months pa lang after the operation. Yeah. Well, I hope that she changed. Yeah.
So, Ma, what is something you wish more people knew about parents of cancer patients or survivors?
That we don't wish this kind of tragedy on anyone, even on our worst enemies, no? And that the sentence, the receiving of cancer news is like a death sentence already. And it is doubly painful if it's your child. No matter how old, doesn't matter the age, but more so when they are babies, when they're toddlers. You really feel helpless. And that you need to know that the best comfort that you can give is to pray with the person, listen, and accompany. Accompaniment is very important, because when you go through this, you feel very alone. And that's scary.
So my last question, Ma, is what is your message to parents of cancer patients?
Number one, it is not your fault. Number two, it is not a punishment from God. God does not hate you. Third is that there is hope. There is hope. There are survivors. Yes, there are some that we lose to cancer, but there are survivors. And with some developments in the field of medicine in terms of cancer treatment, maybe the survival rate is even higher, no? Now than it was before. At saka yung detection, maybe there are better methods of detecting retinoblastoma in particular, no? Kasi usually kaya naman may namamatay sa retinoblastoma is because late yung detection. So, yeah. Kasi ang hirap rin ma-detect ang ng retinoblastoma eh. Mahirap yon. So, there's more information out there now. While there is a growing pool of this cancer, there is also a lot more information about it. Yan. So, huwag matakot. Huwag matakot because cancer can be beaten. Pwedeng manalo sa cancer.
So thank you, Ma, for not giving up on me and for sharing your story. It was not easy, and I hope parents who are in your position in the past, who experienced the same pain, could hear themselves through your story.